Welcome, I am the GamerUnderDevelopment, and this is episode number 4 of my blind Let's Play of City Skylines. In the last episode, we activated some social policies, and determined that budgets affect the range of our services. I also briefly raised the taxes to the maximum to avoid taking a loan. In this episode, we're going to be focusing on stabilizing our finances and reaching the next population goal. Okay, so I'm going to pause right now because we are negative 1,000 at this point, which is not a good thing. Stating the obvious. I'm going to take a look at our budgets. We are way over on water, and we're a little bit tight on electricity, so I'm going to come over here and try raising electricity to about 120% and try dropping water to about let's go 55. Now we're not going to know what effect that actually has until we let some time pass. So I'm going to set that to accelerated time. Okay, so now that that kicked in, we are still losing a ton of money. However, the water availability and the sewage treatment are still within good limits. And our electricity is still a little bit light. So I'm going to come raise that up to 130%. And let that tick away for a second. Okay, so now we're getting to a little bit more stable. Why are people having sewage problems? The water is fine. Okay, so sewage is a big problem over here. I'm guessing that's because we're right on the edge of the yellow and the green. So I'll go ahead and bump that budget up just a little bit. Say to about 60%. Now that's all going away. Hey, we're positive. Okay. So now that we're positive, I want to take a look at the budgets and test something out. So I'll use education as an example. I want to try to figure out what the ratio of cost gain and loss is to the ratio of coverage gain and loss. So basically trying to determine how effective it is to actually use this at 150% instead of using 2 at 50%. So right now we're paying 240 and we're getting an additional 50%. If we bring it down to 100, it doesn't change. Okay, it's going down. We'll see where it stops. Yeah, they're happy about energy and sustainability. Wow. They're happy about healthcare. It's still dropping. Okay, so it looks like it's solid at about 160. So what that means is that we were essentially paying $80 more for 50% coverage, which doesn't really seem like that great of a deal. On the contrary, I'm wondering how low it would go if we dropped it to 50. We are steadily positive though, which is really nice. Okay, so it goes down to 80, so it literally cuts in half when you go down. But the effect you get when you go up is not nearly as good. So that makes me think that we're better off building multiple services or service locations in our city and keeping the percentages as low as possible. I'm going to move this back up to 150% for right now because we just can't afford to build another elementary school. However, what we will be able to afford soon is another windmill, and that'll help us drop this budget down a little bit, hopefully, because we've determined that going up is not nearly as beneficial as going down. Although I guess in reality, based on the information we have, 100% is kind of the sweet spot, so it seems like we want to build to be as close to 100% as possible, and then if we end up being over, just bring it down a little bit. And we are halfway to having enough to build another one of these windmills. And I might speed our way a little bit with taxes because I've been known to be bad like this. 29%, that's new, because I think before we were locked at like 25%. Nobody is complaining yet, and the money is rolling in. Oh, now they're complaining. And now sewage is getting bad for some reason. Sewage shouldn't be bad. Yeah, our sewage should be fine. I'm wondering if people are just complaining more about the sewage because of the tax rate. I'm gonna bring it all back down to 11 because that's where we were able to sit before without them being upset. And in the meantime, we have generated enough money to build another mill. And we've got room to put it right in this deep pocket of wind. Looks like 7 is probably the maximum we can get based on the wind density areas in our town. So right there's fine. And then once that kicks on, we should be able to play with the budget for our power a little bit. Green energy is the best. Yay, hashtag green energy. I am building a town for hippies. We have a very high demand for residential growth, which is fine because we built this nice little unit here last episode, and I wouldn't mind doing the same thing over here. I think expanding out in these nice little blocks is probably a good idea, although I should have probably put a cross street right there. And maybe I will have to do that later, but right now I don't think we really have the money. Actually, we do have the money, so maybe we'll do that. It's gonna make those people mad though, because I just like bulldoze their houses. Oh well, sucks to be you guys. And we also have a good demand for commercial zones. But more than that, I also want to focus in on getting another fire station somewhere over here. Maybe right there, or right there probably, just so that it's a little bit closer to the commercial zones. And also another police station that's like right over here somewhere, because there's no police coverage in these areas. And it looks like we could probably use another one here as well. But in order to get there, we kind of need to be generating a lot of money like that. But the people are unhappy. And we're losing people. I'm not sure why, though. Where is my infographic for happiness? Oh, here we go. The residential happiness is really low. And it looks like these places are probably less happy, as are these places. It looks like it's all the places that are sort of on the outskirts of our services. So building additional services should help us cover that. And it looks like these industrial sites back here are unhappy because they need some more workers. So that makes more residential seem like the correct solution. But at the rate we're making money right now, I'd kind of rather just sit here and keep collecting. Oh, it's going down. That's not good. Okay. How do we not have it go down? I guess we could build another one of those residential zones. Oh, I don't have enough money to finish building that road. Okay, well, I guess we'll sit here and wait for a little bit more money to come in. They're still complaining that we went agricultural here. I guess they'll just have to deal with that. And now we're negative again. Yeah, they're really unhappy about the high need for residential areas. We've got water coverage and electricity there, so I'm gonna actually go ahead and make that residential. And that. If there's anything else sort of sitting here that's not used. It might be good to paint some commercial zoning in over here, but I don't want to do that until we have a police station and a fire station over there. So I'm going to leave it like that and see if that does anything for us. Oh, and we may be way over budget on electricity now. Yeah, we're generating way more than we need. So I'm going to drop that down to 100, which is the seeming sweet spot, and see if that leaves us okay. Oh, crap. So this building is on fire, and it is well out of the range of our fire station. I don't know what that's gonna do, honestly. Apparently it just went away. Yeah, because that hot dog van right there did not fix it. Nice new little residential zones building in here. And we're making money little bit by little bit. Oh, and we hit the next population checkpoint. We've gained access to decoration services. Those are parks and plazas, like I was hoping I'd be able to build in here. And level 2 unique buildings. We also got Pet Ban, which reduces garbage accumulation and decreases happiness. Smoking Ban, which increases health but decreases happiness. And Parks and Recreation, which moderately increases land value around parks and plazas and increases decoration budget by 20%. Okay, so that seems like decorations are the way for us to bump up land values, which is something we were wanting to do to get more out of our commercial zoning and out of our industrial zoning, so we'll have to build some stuff like that over there. And we also gained access to high schools. And it gave us some little fireworks. That's kind of cool. I didn't notice that ever before. Okay, so we have playgrounds, plazas with trees, parks with trees, large playgrounds. I'm wondering if you can put them in the middle of areas like that? No. It has to be roadside. Well, the Japanese garden does. I wonder if... small playground. Nope, everything has to be roadside. Okay, that's not super great for us. What benefit would that have? I'm not sure what gravel paths do. Oh, they allow pedestrians to walk fast and easy where cars can't go. And pavement paths are another way for you to get pedestrians through areas like that. So basically these areas I put in here are probably going to be dead. As in, we won't be able to do anything really with them. That's sort of disappointing, but I guess we'll just have to cope. You can just build up trees. That's kind of neat. It also makes me curious if you can like plant a bunch of trees and then use those for a forestry industrial. That would be kind of interesting. For the time being though, I'm actually not going to worry about those because it's more important, I feel, to stabilize our economy and get to the point where we're making money reliably and we're able to actually improve stuff. Oh, speaking of which, we're up to 21k. Okay, so the only thing we have over 100 is our education budget. But I think the most important thing is for us to get a fire station and a police station in over here. Yeah, see, so we just got a lot of happiness from that. Surgery performed by robots, doctors on permanent coffee break, automatons, hashtag Medicare. Hashtag Medicare. Don't worry, your surgery robot has been repaired by the finest high school graduate. Oh, we can make big roads now. Or, I guess we already had access to making big roads like that. And then we have that basic loop-de-loop we already used. That could be a neat little way to do that. I don't know that I like that idea though. Plus that's a lot of money to spend. When I'd much rather sort of build this little residential area over here out, but first we need that police station, so I'm just gonna let it keep ticking. And I'm gonna also hop over here and look at the price for the high school. Ooh, 24,000. But it has a really high student capacity. Yeah, it's got a much higher student capacity than the elementary school. And I'm wondering if we put the high school like over here somewhere, if... Oh, we're having a sewage problem. Yeah, so while we're not going past our capacity, we are fairly close. And our sewage budget is very low, so we can go ahead and raise that a little bit. And see if that fixes our sewage problem. There we go. Okay, now it's way too high. Maybe 65%? Okay, so that's all good. But we're losing money again. That still seems really high, so I'm gonna put it back down to 60 and see if that works now. I don't know why it wouldn't have worked before, but it would now. Oh, that would be why we were having problems with the sewage, because our electricity is not good enough. I'm gonna raise it to 115 for right now. It's not a great thing because we're sort of trying to avoid raising those, because I think it's just hurting us. Oh, actually, we don't need to raise it. There we go. And now we'll bring it back down to 100 and see how far over we probably are. Okay. I can already see more birds. That's ironic considering that these things supposedly take birds out in droves. Okay. Their vacation was extended and they need somebody to water the plants. These guys still need more workers, and financially we are not great, but getting better. Once again, complaining about the agricultural. We get it. You hate farmers. Get over it. Generating small quantities of money. Oh, that's right, we need to check our electricity and see how far over we are. Wow, we're actually not that far over. I am beginning to doubt the capabilities of these wind turbines. 40 megawatts is a lot, considering that these guys only give us 7, roughly, in our particular area. They do produce a lot of pollution, and the upkeep might be... No, actually, I think the upkeep is less for us to get a comparable amount of megawatts from a wind turbine. I don't know, we'll consider that more later. For right now, we're just going to be happy that 100% is enough to supply everything with power. Apartment rent is rising as the demand is high. I guess that's their way of saying, once again, they want more residentials. There's an abandoned building in the city and it's spoiling the view. You can bulldoze it to make the people in the neighborhood happier. If you choose to leave it be, a new building can be built on top of it if there's demand for the zoning type. Oh, lordy. Okay. So we got a firehouse right here that should be taking care of that fire. And it is. And then we've got an abandoned building here that we can bulldoze. And another abandoned building here that we can bulldoze. Or we can leave them there, and once the demand for that type of zone goes back up, they'll fill back up. So since we have a little bit of industrial demand right now, I'm gonna leave those there because that will probably go up enough to justify not destroying those. Ooh, wow, that's sad that we lost that big of an industrial building. I wonder if those companies are like failing because we don't have enough employees for them to use. That would be kind of crappy. We still don't have enough money to build another police station, which is kind of key. At police officers, small hashtag storage spaces with secure doors. For rent, call 911 or more. Call 911 for more information. Okay, let's see if... Yeah, we get really bad coverage with those. Electricity is stable, water is not stable. At least not barely stable. Let's take that up to 65. And we also have these new social policies. And I'm not really going to use any of them yet. I'm curious, in order for these to go up, you have to increase the property value? Yeah. So I'm wondering if we put a couple of decorations around there, if that will do that. Let's see, what is the cheapest one we can get? That's $12.50. That's $1,000. And this is a small park. We could put it right there. Nope, we cannot put it right there, it won't fit. We could put it right here, actually. That's kind of a good idea. And you saw a whole bunch of smiley faces come up when we did that. So, provided that we fix this place where we disconnected the electricity on accident. Whoops. We will be all good. Thanks to the mayor, I can take my family to the park and have a nice picnic. Awesome. That's exactly what I want you to do. Take them to the park, have a picnic, and spend lots and lots of money. I don't want to be building roads. Way to go, mayor. Yellow cornfields are a much better sight than dirty factories. We still are not anywhere near building another police station. However, I am curious about how much this is actually affecting. Okay, interesting. So we have another one of these heat maps. And I guess it's red to blue based on accessibility. So right now this is fairly accessible to the buildings directly next to it, but not to anything else, it looks like. So like, does it not have a... It has a pretty wide radius, but it doesn't seem to be doing as much as I'd like it to. Let's take a look at the budgeting for it. They create more happiness if you raise it. That could be nice. But our happiness is decent. I'm just gonna collect some more money. Once again, another tweet to the police, offering small storage spaces. If we can just get enough money built up to build a police station, I will be happy leaving this episode there. I have no idea how long that's going to take, though. Unless we cheat just a little bit. People are getting mad about the taxes. How close are we? We only need 3,000 more. We'll let it tick one more time. There we go. Okay, now we have enough. Put them back at 11% where they can be nice and happy. It's great because 11% looks reasonable when you've raised it to 30%. Or close to 30%. And now that we have that extra money, we're going to go ahead and build a police station right here. So we get our nice happiness echoing through everything, and if we switch over to our police coverage, that should light up pretty good. We're still a little light on coverage back here. That may be something that we have to increase the budget to deal with, but I really hope not. It would probably be better to build another police station over here somewhere, if that's the case. But I wonder where our police budget is right now. Okay, it's at 100%, so yeah, we'll probably end up needing to build another one over here, and then another one in this little neighborhood area here. But for right now, we now have a police station, we have a fire station over here, all of our areas are sort of growing. We've got some decorations going on, and in the next episode, maybe we can lay down this statue of shopping, because if we could put it right here, that would be a really awesome little thing. And we are negative again, because I am incapable of getting our budget positive for the long term. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, please like and subscribe if you want to be notified when the next one goes up.